you did not.
Come on.
Are the Cowboys done this season?
Well, I'll say this much here. When you talk to people about the Dallas Cowboys, I was at the Combine. We talked to people who are not Cowboy fans and Cowboy fans. We were talking about it yesterday. This team is so talented. They're too talented to be 6-6. You know, will they win the NFC East? I think they'll still win the NFC East.
You do?
I do. I think.
Wow.
I think.
We have a dissenting voice here.
Because they're that talented. I mean, I don't think they can screw it up that bad. I mean, you do? I don't think it's screw. But I do say this. That's why I kept saying, Skip. I said they're contenders, but they're also pretenders. And the pretenders part is that they will not be going to no Super Bowl. You can forget that part. The contender part is they were very good in the beginning when they beat the Giants, they beat the Redskins, Miami. Oh, we hot, we this, we that. I mean, but they have a lot of talent. When I look at this game yesterday, well, to me, this game got messed up by Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. Zeke should have been running that rock. If you let's reverse that. Let's say Zeke would have ran the ball 30 times and Dak had threw the ball 20 to 80. We'd have been having a different conversation here. Because Zeke had 71 yards, I think, in 12 carries.
12 carries.
He only carried the ball twice in the second half.
When you're down 6.
Now, how do you even do that? One thing about, and I know what you're going to say, Skip, well, 2 of those runs came on Biggie, a 39-yard and he had a 15-yard. It's not about, that's how the running game works. When you run the football, all of a sudden, that team over there, they get tired of looking at it. The Cowboys supposed to have the best offensive line in football.
So they say.
That's what they say. So for me, you know, this game, you got to put it on Jason Garrett. Now, he's the head coach. But Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator, I think he screwed that up.
Yeah, he's done. I've been told Skip they were done. Me and Skip put 5 Ks of doing at the beginning of the season, said he was done. I know because they show no fight. 0-5 against winning teams. That's what the Cowboys are. Now, Skip loves QBRG, and I mentioned it earlier. 0 to 100, 50 being average. Edie, guess what Dak Prescott QBR is against winning teams? The 5 teams they lost to. 49! Which means he's less than that.
Bad.
No, hold on.
Mediocre.
Whoa!
It's mediocre.
So no mediocre quarterback should be in the MVP discussion.
Yeah.
No mediocre quarterback should get 40 mil.
Yeah. Well, it pulls that down when you get a 15 in the driving rain and gusts of 30 miles an hour and temperature plunging to 35 at New England.
Was it Gus yesterday?
15.
No.
15 at New England. 15. How do you do against the Vikings? They got a really good defense.
And caught an L.
Yeah.
How do you do against Green Bay? Caught an L.
Big QBR.
You know, notice I said winning teams? Winning teams. Teams that's more probable than not to make the playoffs. Nothing, Skip Bayless. ED, all this, I'm blowing up my timeline, breaking news out the red. Come on, breaking news on my phone. I thought it was an Amber Alert. Cowboy players can be heard yelling in the locker room. What kind of bull job is this? You was on the field. You had 60 minutes to slap, bite, do whatever you can to win the game. And you wait till you get into the locker room and show some emotion, to show some compassion, and got Jerry crying. Jason got my back. I got his back. No, I want to hear none of that. The team's not going to the playoff. I prepared you for this, Skip Bayless, and that's what a friend does.
Oh, yeah.
A friend walks. A friend. I'm a true friend. I walk in when the rest of the world walks out. You can always count on me, Skip. I'm like, you know what, Skip? I'm like David and Jonathan. You know, because Jonathan was the rightful heir to Saul's kingdom. But he realized that David was the chosen one. Skip Bayless, I'm going to walk with you, bro. I will never leave your side. You my guy. And I prepared you for this because I don't like to see you hurt. Somebody hurt Skip Bayless, they hurt Shannon Sharp. That's how close me and this man is.
Is he hurting?
I love it.
By the way, the one player who was heard to be yelling in the locker room was one Michael Bennett. He has been a Dallas Cowboy for all of 33 days.
Yeah.
So he wasn't there through thick and thin. He came out of nowhere. He does have a ring that he won in Seattle.
But he plays with passion.
Okay.
It matters to him.
He was the one screaming, "We're better than this." And I believe it got contentious, even though Dak said, well, that way I got to give credit to Michael Bennett because he was the one who was instigating that discussion in the locker room.
Right.
But it's ironic that it came from the one guy with the ring, although Cam Fleming, who's the backup right tackle, has 2 rings thanks to Tom Brady, but I don't know that Cam Fleming has ever spoken a word in his life. So he's just a wallflower in the locker room. He doesn't count. Michael Bennett will make his voice heard in any locker room, especially in that one. So back to the question at hand. Are they done? I cannot tell a lie. D-O-N-E, done. despite what the Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson said, that you can spell it any way you want to spell it, they are D-U-N done. They are done, as in obviously done, right? Just done because they're done, right? What evidence do I have that they can suddenly flip some weird, bizarre switch this late in the year going into December?
They did it last year. That's
They
what the
did
argument.
not. They did it at mid-year. They were 3-5.
Right, they flipped
By the way, was Ezekiel Elliott on that team at 3-5?
Yeah, that
he was
was
there, and they were just feeding him. Feed the beast. Let him eat. And they went 3-5 with Ezekiel. I'm so sick and tired of both of your arguments because it's just fallacious. It's wrong. It's simple. They gotta run the football. Says the best running back who ever walked.
Yeah.
So what else is he gonna say? Run the ball. Run the rock. I get it.
Skip, when you run a running back like Zeke 12 times
Okay,
in a
here's-
hold on,
okay,
hold
look,
on. In
no,
a big
you
game
don't
like
get it.
this. No, you don't get it. At the running back position, you have to get into a real rhythm.
Right.
It's about a rhythm. 12 carries not going to get you a rhythm.
How many
Skip,
wasted
hold on,
first
hold
downs
on.
do I have to watch until he finds his rhythm?
You know what? Your defense was playing pretty good. I mean, they were in the game. They were in the game.
really.
But they were in the game. They were in the game. So if you run the football, if you wear that Bills defense down, run the way he was running the ball, why wouldn't you run?
Skip, and
Why
then
wouldn't you
runs
run it?
defense.
Yeah, why
Their
would-
strong suit is pass defense. Their weakness is run defense.
Okay. Do you realize what happened? So he has the 2 early runs, and they go for a grand total of 13 and 30. But they're backed up. It's 1st and 10 at the 5, and they kind of catch them off guard for 2 big hit runs that get you out to Buffalo's 47-yard line. And then guess who's in the game at that point? Not Cabo Zeke. He needs a blow. Cabo Zeke. He's over there. He's getting oxygen because he had 2 long runs. Tony Pollard's in the game. On 2nd down, they give it to Tony Pollard, and he gets 4 yards. And all of a sudden, it's 3rd and 6. And Dak gets hassled in the pocket. He's under fire, and he bolts the pocket and flings one up the sideline to Amari. And Trey White, who's maybe the 2nd best corner. He's up there with those guys. He gets a hand on the ball, knocks it down, and they have to punt. So those are 2 wasted runs. Then we have the all or nothing. Jason Garrett, gamble, go for it on 4th and a foot at the 19-yard line. And they get it. Here they come. A big pass to Amari, 17 yards. And now here we go. It's 1st and 10 at the Dallas 41. Up, back to Zeke. And they hand it. They actually is more of a toss play. And he loses his balance, and
But the whole left side
thing got defeated.
Yeah,
Everybody
the
got
left side got
defeated.
whipped.
And it's -4. And it's a drive killer because it looked like Jason Garrett had pulled off the gamble that had ignited the 2019 Dallas Cowboys. And they have to punt. And it's over. It just felt like psychologically over.
But you know what? In games like that, you know, those are critical plays. But if you run the ball, I'm gonna go hypothetically. Let's say Zeke would have went into halftime with 15 carries, and he had his 60 yards. And you come out in the second half, and you commit, and I say the word commit. It's not always popular at first. Commit to run the ball another 15 times. 15 times, 15 to 12 times. I guarantee you, some of these 3rd downs you're talking about in 2nd down, they'd have been different.
Okay.
It'd have been different.
I'm going to beat this table all week long into next week because the week from last night, they play at the Bears up in Chicago. You know it's going to be cold on that night, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to pound the table to give it to Zeke 35 times. And you know what? A lot of them are going to be 1s and 2s and 0s and -1s.
And then
it's
a 30.
going to wear me out.
Then a 30.
Yeah, okay.
Then a 15.
All right. I don't see enough of those. Because those are the first 2 flashes of the old Zeke I saw all year.
But I notice you don't never say when Dak throws the incompletion on 1st down, oh, stop throwing it
throwing the ball.
and run the ball.
You know why? Because there are not many incompletes.
Oh, yeah.
They do throw it unpredictably on 1st down. So my bottom line is that, to your point, they are not mathematically done. Even if the Eagles go Sunday and win at the Dolphins, they're still technically in first place, right? But they are psychologically done because you just ran headlong into a wall known as the Buffalo Bills. And I think they just sit back and say, we've lost our way. They've lost their edge. They lost their momentum. They've lost their mojo. This team doesn't know how to win a game anymore because it's beaten not one team with a winning record. How do you flip a switch at Chicago? They're pretty good at home. Right?
Pretty good.
How are you going to beat
offense.
then are you predicting they're going to beat the Rams? Is the Ram bastard? Because they come to, I don't think they can beat